Welcome to the course UEC 001. In this module, we discuss about field effect transistor. And it is abbreviated as FET. So you can recall from the previous module, we have discussed uh, bipolar junction transistor BJT. So in order to understand the difference between the two devices BJT and FET, so let us discuss the difference between BJT and FET. So let us discuss what are the differences between the two types of transistors BJT and FET. So first see the similarities. BJT and FET both are having the three terminals. So we are representing these like this. Suppose this is my collector terminal, this is my emitter terminal, and this is my base terminal. So in general, the input segment is of current, which is my base current, and in general, we are interested to have the output current, which is my collector current IC. And on the other hand, in case of FET, it is also a three terminal device, but the name of terminals are, this is termed as gate, this is drain, and this is my source terminal. So here we interested in terms of the output current, which is my drain current IT, and effectively the same current will flow through the source also, but rather than controlling to the input current, it will control to the voltage which is applied between gate and source. Okay, so BJT is termed as current control device, whereas this FET is termed as voltage control device. This is the major difference between these two. And the BJT, if you can recall from the previous modules, it's a bipolar. It's a bipolar device. It's a bipolar device, whereas my FET is a unipolar device. Means here, in case of BJT, the charge carriers will be electrons and holes both. However, in case of the FET, the charge carriers will be either electron or hole depending upon the type of FET. So like we have discussed two types of BJTs, NPN and PNP. The similarly FET will also be of two type, generally N channel or P channel. So in case of N channel FET, the dominating charge carriers or the only charge carriers are the electrons, whereas in case of P channel field effect transistor, the charge carriers are holes. So just because of this, the effect of temperature is more in case of BJT. So effect of temperature is more over here. However, effect of temperature is less. So effect of temperature is less. Therefore, this is a very interesting comparison, and just because of this, FETs are preferred over BJT. And second thing, especially for the IC fabrications, FETs are more effective in comparison to the BJT. And the last and very important, last is limiting to the discussion for this course only, the input resistance. So input resistance of BJT is low in comparison to the input resistance of FET. This input resistance is high, and it is typically from few mega ohms to few hundreds of mega ohms. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the two devices, BJT and FET. Now let us see the classification of FET. Let us see the classification of FET. So FET stands for field effect transistor, the abbreviations, and it is broadly classified into two categories. The first is termed as junction field effect transistor. So in short, it is JFET. This is my junction field effect transistor. And the second class is known as MOSFET, termed as metal oxide field effect transistor. So similar to BJT, this JFET is further divided into two class. It is termed as N-channel junction field effect transistor or P-channel junction field effect transistor. So in case of N-channel junction field effect transistors, the charge carriers are electrons. And in case of P-channel junction field effect transistors, charge carriers are holes. So likewise, this MOSFET is further divided into two categories, and this is termed as the D MOSFET, where D stands for depletion, and E MOSFET, where E stands for enhancement MOSFET. And these are further divided into two categories, N-channel D MOSFET and P-channel D MOSFET. So it is N-channel D MOSFET and P-channel D MOSFET. Likewise, this E MOSFET is also divided into two categories, N-channel enhancement MOSFET and P-channel enhancement MOSFET. And in fact, there is one more class we will discuss over here, and this is termed as C MOSFET. Here C stands for complementary MOSFET. So it's a combination of N channel and P channel, and we will form a complementary MOSFET, which is termed as the CMOS. And this CMOS is very important, very interesting in terms of the fabrications of various integrated circuits in analog or digital domain. So this is the classification. And in this module, we will focus to the first segment, which is my junction field effect transistor, JFET. So let us see the construction and the working of JFET. Construction of junction field effect transistor. So the schematic of junction field effect transistor is like this. Suppose we are discussing about N-channel JFET. So this will be of P type of semiconductor, and this wide area we are having for N-channel. We require some metallic contacts. So one terminal is there, which is my drain, in short abbreviated term T. Another contact, the metallic contact. These two sideds of P will be connected to the third terminal, which is known as gate, abbreviated as G. So this is basically the representation of n-channel junction field effect transistor. So what you can understand from here, like this is my channel, this is my channel, widen area of semiconductor N is my representing N channel, that is my N channel, and two P types of semiconductor is connected to over here. The terminal drain and sources are connected to the channel through the ohmic contact. These all are the ohmic contact, whereas the P side is connected to the terminal gate. So drain and sources are connected to the channel. And the working analogy of this device is similar to the flow of water through a tap, where the controlling of flow of water, it seems to be the working from a gate, and the flow of water that is from source to the drain sides can be treated as the flow of electrons, and the flow of current will be reverse in that. Okay, so this is the analogy, the working of junction field effect transistor. Okay, so let's see the working of n-channel junction field effect transistor. Okay. Okay, so for the working, there are few steps. Step number one, connect source terminal to ground. That means I have to connect this terminal to the ground. Then next step is create a short circuit between gate and source terminal. That means there is no separate input, or effectively gate is also connected to ground. That means over here the value of VGS equals to 0 volt. That means the voltage between gate and source is 0. Okay, and third is connect a positive voltage between drain and source. So now we have to connect a positive voltage between drain and source, and suppose I am saying that this is a variable supply. I am marking this as VDD, and this VDD is nothing but this is creating a voltage. So positive terminal of VDD is connected to drain and negative terminal is connected to source. That means there is a creation of voltage, and this is VDS. So as this was my N channel, and in this N channel majority carriers are electrons. Okay, so what will happen, depending upon the value of this voltage, these electrons will move from source to the drain sides, and as there is a creation of voltage, so there will be a depletion region creations across the PN junction. So as you can see that this is a PN junction, and depending upon this voltage VDS, as VDS increases, as the value of VDS increases, the value of depletion region towards the drain sides will also be increases. So you can check, as we are increasing the value of VDS, the depletion side region, depletion region to the drain sides will also be increases, and there will be a particular state at which the two depletions touches each other. So that particular voltage is known as pinch off voltage, abbreviated as VP. So this is my pinch off voltage. VDS attains at this level, and this is the situation when depletion region towards the drain touches each others. So this is termed as pinch off voltage. So the specific value of VDS at which the two depletion layers touches each other towards the drain sides is termed as VP, where this is my pinch off voltage. Okay, so this phenomenon is known as the pinch off, and in general the analogy says that the drain current will be pinched off. That means the value of drain current is zero. Okay, so this is the analogy. The practical situation is there is a creation of a channel, and through that channel a limited amount of charge carriers can be moved, and effectively it is termed as the drain current is saturated. Okay, so there may be a question in your mind, and what the question is that why the value of this depletion region towards the drain side is touches, why not this depletion region towards the source side is touching to each other. Okay, so let us discuss the answer of this problem. Okay, so now for better understanding you can check, I have prepared a similar schematic keeping my VGS equals to 0 volts, source terminal is grounded, and suppose I am saying that my VDS is of plus 2 volt, and I am assuming that in this N channel that the distribution of charge carriers is uniform. Therefore I am representing the resistance of channel in a series of resistances, and let's say that it is represented by, suppose the value of individual resistances of R. So with the flow of charge carriers there will be a value of potential drop, and as I have marked over here maximum value of plus 2 volt, so you can check from the voltage division rules. Here the value of voltage will be 0.5 volt, at this particular node 1 volt, at this particular node 1.5 volt, and you can see that at this level to the drain side it is of 2 volt, and you can see that the value of higher voltage is towards the drain sides. And from the basic concepts of the p-n junction diode, the depletion region will be more if value of voltage is more. So if VDS is more, depletion region will also be more. Okay, so this is the answer of the query, that why depletion region will be more towards the drain side, why not to the source side, as the value of source side voltage is lower in comparison to the effective voltage across the drain. Okay, a plot between drain current ID in terms of milliamperes to the voltage VDS in terms of volts, and this curve is of like this. This is my value of VGS. Initially we have taken this value to 0 volts. So there are some reasons, and you can check smartly, like as I'm increasing the value of VDS, so it is starting from 0 volts, and at some level, this is my VP, that is of pinch off voltage. And you can see from 0 to VP, from 0 to VP, as I'm increasing the effective voltage across drain and source. Okay, so let me show you over here. As I'm increasing this voltage by increasing the value of variable battery VDD, so as effective voltage between drain and sources increases, that means there is a point at voltage VP, pinch off will occurs, and there will be a fixed amount of channel creations through which fixed amount of charge carriers can be moved, and the value of current will be saturated. Okay, so I have shown over here, that is the value of current is fixed. The value of current is fixed, and in fact there is a standard term of this current which is termed as IDSS, and this IDSS is termed as maximum drain to source current, maximum drain to source current when short circuit was connected between gate and source. Meaning that for junction field effect transistor, the maximum amount of drain current is nothing but my IDSS. So this is one of the interesting specification for junction field effect transistor. Like, what is the value of IDSS? And you can see that we have calculated this value when VGS equals to 0 volt. So in this discussion, we have seen that the value of VGS is 0, and this particular region from 0 to VP, this region is termed as my ohmic region. In some literature, it is also known as linear region. As you can see that when we are changing the voltage, the corresponding increment in current will also take place. However, beyond this VP, you can check the value of current is fixed. Okay, as the limited amount of charge carriers can be moved through the channels, so the value is fixed. Therefore, this particular region is known as the saturation region. This is known as the saturation region. This region is known as saturation region, and in saturation region, value of current is constant. Means if we are increasing the voltage VDS beyond this VP, okay, so I'm saying that if value of VDS is greater than VP, I'm taking the mod value because this will be defined for both junction field effect transistor, whereas it is N channel or P channel if my VDS is greater than or equals to VP. And for this particular case, the value of current ID will be equals to IDSS. That is, the drain current will be equivalent to maximum drain to source current when short circuit was connected between gate and source. So now let us see what will happen if some external voltage is connected between gate and source. You can recall initially I have told you that the working of junction field effect transistor is somewhere equivalent to the flow of water from a tap, from a water tap. Okay, and I have told you that the controlling knob of water tap will equivalent to the gate. That means we can control the flow of this current by connecting some external input voltage. I am creating my gate terminal more negative in comparison to the source. That means I am connecting a negative voltage over here, and initially suppose I am connecting a voltage of 1 volt. So let us see the working, and now you can check my VGS equals to minus 1 volt. So I have connected VGS equals to of -1 volt over here. So what will happen in this situation? So in this situation, I will explain the term with this curve. This saturation level will be achieved at the lower value. Okay, that means I will have a drain current and I will have this saturation level somewhere over here. Means when VGS is connected to -1 volt. If we are further increasing this voltage, if we are further increasing this voltage, suppose this is at a level of VGS equals to -2 volt, somewhere this is at a value of VGS equals to -3 volt, and if my VGS equals to minus of VP, suppose this is a value I'm representing over here, and this value is VGS equals to minus VP for N channel junction field effect transistor. When VGS equals to minus times of VP, that means equals to minus pinch off voltage, then what will happen? From this curve you can check the value of my ID equals to 0. That means ID equals to 0 milliampere. And what it indicates, that means my JFET is off. So if we want to control the flow of drain current, we have to do one thing. We have to connect the external voltage as I have shown over here. If I am making this VGS equals to minus times of VP, then there is no flow of drain current. The value of ID is greater than ID will be equals to 0. And in fact, this condition is valid for if we are further increasing the value of VGS in a negative direction, then remain the value of drain current will be 0. So one can easily turn off the junction field effect transistor by connecting some external voltage. Similar type of explanation can be given to the P channel of JFET. There are certain things I will explain over here, and this is the homework to the viewers of this module, that how to complete the working of P channel junction field effect transistors. So let me discuss the changes. Here the channel will be of P type, the two semiconductors will be of N type, and there will be of 3 terminals. Okay, accordingly we have to connect a battery, we have to connect a variable supply between drain and source. Initially connect the source to the ground, initially make a short circuit between gate and source, and we have to connect a reverse side of battery, so that the value of D, or you can say that if you are keeping the same direction, then in case of P channel there will be a flow of holes, so hole will be moving to the upward side. Okay, and the direction of current can be determined accordingly. Okay, drain side, source side, flow of current, ID. This ID will be equals to IDSS when this voltage VDS is greater than mod value of VP. Value is greater than mod value of VP. And this behavior is, in this situation, my FET works as the constant current source. As you can check, the value of current is saturated, so this is termed as the constant current source, and the value of ID will be equals to IDSS, maximum value of current flowing between drain and source when VD, the voltage between drain and source, is greater than or equals to the pinch off voltage. So in general, I am writing over here for N channel JFET VGS, this should be negative, and generally ID will be equals to 0 if VGS is greater than or equal to minus times of VP. Likewise, this VGS will be positive for P channel. For P channel JFET. So this is the analogy for P channel, and this was for the N channel. The value of ID becomes 0 if my VGS is greater than or equals to positive value of VP. Okay, so thank you.